Why hello there, traveler. I am poor and lazy, but my vision bearers are the exact opposite. I basically make them do my work for me like a drunk king and his feudal subjects who are borderline slaves. You know what they say? Work smarter, not harder. I kill stuff with a button and torture stuff for my personal masochistic nature with another. Welcome to a new series called Gensh-IN in a nutshell. In this video, we're covering the tone-deaf bard Venti, who is poor as me right now and compared to me is a raging alcoholic. I said compared to me, not literally. As Venti, you are a femboy bard with a shard of the gameplay that many of the other characters have. Who needs to press all these buttons and learn all these combos when all you have to do is press a fraction of those and get the same results as everyone else? Remember, work smarter, not harder. Your birthday is on June 16th, which makes you a Gemini, and according to very accurate online sources, you love the outdoors, which is fitting for you since you're basically married to the wind at this point in time. Because of this, your innate talent is exactly Amber's talent that decreases gliding stamina usage, which gives you another reason to throw Amber into the trash can once more. I'm so sorry, Amber, you're still my pride and joy. Also, if I had a penny for how many times Venti said wouldn't gliding be faster, I would have enough pennies to create a roadside billboard saying wouldn't dying be faster. As a bard would do, your abilities are named after songs. If only those abilities were actually related to songs, I could actually make a pop reference, but instead you kill everything in sight using them. Skyward Sonnet is the ability that allows you to deal truckloads of damage to virtually anything, similar to any surprise truck coons and isekai animes. Snapping the godforsaken button makes Venti summon his harp right in front of him, which also coincidentally means that enemies will die because of animal logic. The area of effect in front of Venti is so large you could probably fit multiple ruin guards, and they're assuming you knew how to control them. And since you're a borderline slave, I mean a feudal lord, it's going to be a piece of cake. Additionally, his Constellation 2 strips enemy resistances faster than any actual strip. Mona can took their booty for money. Mora. It was even nice enough to add the fact that launching enemies Smash Bros styles doubles the strip, which now that I think about it actually makes sense if you're a man of culture. Alternatively, you can hold the button, which does the same thing but is thicker, and also generates a wind current with his level 20 talent, which makes exploration another piece of cake that Venti tried to make but turned out to be an apple pie because anyone with a mind like Venti's will be similar enough to officials and somehow get the correct answer with the wrong methods. Or is it the other way around? Remember kids, work smarter, not harder. However, Skyward Sonnet could never compare itself to the succulent nature of the sucking suck text. Or as Mihoyo likes to call it, the Wind's Grand Ode, which again makes me want to make a pop music joke about sucking cocks, but the name is too classical for anyone's present taste of Despacito. Or was, since our way of life is so damn fast paced that we're pretty much glued to rectangular screens scrolling social media at 5 in the morning. Thanks technology for making our lives easier. Wind's Grand Ode launches at a fixed distance in front of Venti and forms the equivalent of a black hole once it stops. The sucking begins, and any small enemy within the radius of its suck horizon will probably succeed to be sucked into the sucking of the suck text. The black hole lasts for what feels to be a literal lifetime, so Venti can spend that lifetime watching his victims suffer in eternal agony in the depths of the space-time manipulation a wind god just created. If you thought that was not enough, you can add an additional element to the hole and create a special colored hole of your choosing depending on your mood, such as anger, sadness would die because of sadness, anxiety, happiness, and finally disgust. We don't have Dendro yet. Additionally, with the Storm Eye passive unlocked at Ascension 4 or whatever level 60 is, Venti now becomes the best living battery in existence. Now when you dump your emotions into the hole, it reciprocates you with your feelings, giving you enough energy to dump your load once more. Combine this with Venti's massive energy recharge and you'll be sucking for eternity. And if you like spending your money, his Constellation 6 will give his burst an even better resistance shred than his ability, so it's gonna give a Zhongli a run for his non-existent money. Now at this point, if you're wondering why I haven't mentioned the fact that Venti is a boat character, I will tell you right now that he basically qualifies as the bare minimum to be one. In fact, if Venti was a Catalyst character when he was released, I'm pretty sure no one would have batted an eye. The playstyle he brings to a team is basically swap in, dump load, swap out, over and over again, just like me on a Saturday afternoon. Because of this, his Constellation 1 is only useful for two things, and that is the Bloom minigame of the Windbloom Festival and watching a helpless silly troll be blasted by the equivalent of a wind-powered shotgun. Okay, there are three things. Regardless, comparing Venti to the rest of the cast is like comparing a Smash Bros. Pub Stomper to Bayonetta from Smash 4. Venti can literally destroy most of the content in the game, but when talking about floor 12 of the Spiral Abyss, he can only stand there and act like a pretty boy. Now, if you're looking to build your Venti, you want to look for one main stat, which is energy recharge. The more you can use your black hole suck, the more sadistic satisfaction you can get from your subsidizing supplementary sucking. Those last two adjectives were not related whatsoever, but at least you can see how much I'm trying to sell this stat. For artifacts of Venti Man, Nicole wrote a full Venti guide suggests building these depending on whether you can nab enough energy recharge from anywhere else. Basically, if you can't repeatedly start the black hole torture chamber whenever possible, consider an F in Venti studies. The only real artifact set you should be looking for in your Venti is the Viridescent Venerer set, which strips enemies of even more resistances, which makes it seem like it was made for Venti or something. Otherwise, if you're under the line of you must be this tall to ride, just slap artifacts with the correct main stats on them and you'll do a-okay. Weapon wise, it is a bit of a hassle, but one thing's for sure, try not to roll for the elegy weapon since it basically does less damage than the other weapons due to snapshot reasons. Or at least that was what the Venti main's opinion was. The weapon chart here basically shows that the Skyward Harp is Venti's overall best weapon and is also the weapon he uses in this trailer, so suck it. Otherwise, nab anything on this list that does damage and you should graduate from Venti Weapon Academy. But where would you be without a smidge of talent? Dead, that's what. When leveling Venti's talents, it should be this simple order. Just remember to actually level the talents because some people actually don't level their talents and ask questions as to why they do toothpick damage. Now go suck some suckers and sadistically watch people die in black holes. Have a nice day or goodbye.